Okay, Zoe, look at my egg white here. I've got 150 grams of egg whites. I put it into my Magimix with a little whisk attachment, and I've let it go. It just takes a couple of minutes.
Okay, these are great, these attachments. It really does make life a lot easier.
Makes the egg white light and fluffy, just like me.
Gone are the days of, like, you know, calorie burning through whisking.
Well, that used to take a while, isn't it? Now, to that I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of caster sugar.
Okay.
And the caster sugar is nice and fine. What I'm going to do is turn this on and add the sugar nice and slowly. There we go. And what we do, Zoe, is what we call reining it in. So you put a little bit in at a time, and what that does dissolves in the egg white, and that's why you want a really fine sugar. It dissolves really quickly.
Okay.
And you get a nice, fluffy, light meringue, which is exactly what we're after.
It really does make a lot of sense to get a good quality utensil like this. Makes life easier, faster, quicker.
There we go. All right, Zoe, I reckon that's nearly ready. What I'll do is I'll just turn that off, and you can see with the sugar, it's nice and shiny. And look at that. Let's hold it up like that.
Oh, yeah,
beautiful.
right. So that is a soft peak.
That's a soft peak. I'll put this over here like that.
Can I take this out for you?
Take that out. And what I'll get you to do is pop it into the bowl here like this.
Great.
And this is the next stage. We're going to fold everything together. You can see how nice and fluffy that is. Now, it's really important that you do use a rubber spatula, and then I'll make sure you get every single little bit out of there. Take that over there, Zoe. Now, I've got a tablespoon of corn flour here, and what I'll do is I'll pop that straight to the top. You should sift it if you want, but it doesn't matter. You can pop it straight in. There's only a tiny bit.
And what's the purpose of the corn flour, and what's that?
This is vinegar. And a tablespoon of vinegar. Vinegar will help to keep it nice and white, give it a bit of sharpness.
That's interesting.
And set
Very
really well.
interesting.
Fold that through nice and easy. It takes about a minute or so.
You can just very faintly smell the vinegar.
Just a little bit. Makes it nice and sharp and keeps it nice and white as well. There we go. Stir that around.
I love all these tips. It's
now,
great.
I've got a grease tray here. I've got with some baking paper on it. What I'm going to do is smooth this straight on. So it's just spread this all the way out there. And if you're using a rubber spatula, make sure you get everything out of the bowl there like that. Look at that. Give that a bit of a shake. And then with my metal palette knife, what I'm going to do is just spread this out nice and gently like that. What a nice thin layer. Now, this goes into the oven at 160 degrees Celsius.
Okay. It'll
take about 20 minutes to cook. It'll just be golden on top again. And then what we'll do is we'll take it out and then we'll finish it off. Into the oven we go. So you can see I've turned my roulade over onto wire rack and I've left the paper on it.
Okay.
What we're going to do is put some of that lovely double cream there. I want you to pick some of that mint, give it a little bit of a shred, and we'll put that through.
This is the token green component, the healthy component.
Well,
it's all healthy, mind you, but...
They're all part of the food groups, and what I've got here is another part of the food group, I suppose, is vanilla bean. And what I do is I split that in half. I'm just going to scrape that off, and I'm just going to get you to very carefully stir that through the
That
through the
vanilla
cream.
bean smells absolutely beautiful.
It's sensational, isn't it? You really need a little bit of that to give it a lot of flavour. I'm going to put a little bit of sugar in here. Beautiful. Probably about a tablespoon of sugar in here just to make sure we've got nice amount of sweetness.
Favourite ingredient. Bacon, salt, sugar.
Now you're talking. Now this is the tricky bit. What I do is I peel off very gently. I peel off the bacon paper. There we go. Now this is the sticky side, and the reason I turned it over is so the sticky side is what I put the cream onto, and the outside or the top of it is nice and crusty, and that's nice and firm.
Lovely.
So we'll roll that over the top. What I'll do is get some icing sugar and sprinkle that on there, so it's ready for the cream. And here's another tip: that I get a tea towel. And I spread it out, nice clean tea towel. I spread it out like this, and I just very gently slide the meringue onto the tea towel. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't work and it tears and goes all over the place, but the gods of meringue have been with me today.
The meringue gods, right? Okay.
What I'll do now is I'll very carefully just
Sorry.
spoon that on there, just very thinly. Look at that. I've got
Very
plenty here.
thinly.
Very thinly. I'll just spoon that on and smear that around. There we go. We could use whipped cream if we want, but I just love double cream. Now, if you wanted to, you get chocolate on here or anything you want, but I've got some toasted hazelnuts there.
It's interesting, when you toast the hazelnuts, it actually brings out the natural sugars, so it's a beautiful, sweet, smoky flavour. It's delicious.
And they're a great snack. You put a bowl of toasted nuts anywhere, and people are going to be just picking at them the whole time. And what I do for the first bit, I just grab, it's like rolling sushi, really.
Okay.
You know, just grab the first bit of it like that and just roll it around like that. There we go. All the way around there like that until we get a nice little roulade.
Beautiful.
And then you just roll it over there. get rid of the tea towel. Now, I would normally let it set, you know, give it at least an hour or so in the fridge till it starts to set. But what I'm going to do, Zoe, you know I don't like waiting. What I'm going to do is just cut a couple of pieces of this so we can hook into it now.
All right.
I've got 3 little pieces there, which I think would be a decent portion size. There we go, off like that, look at that. Nice and gooey. Another one there. Now, I've got that mint there, Zoe. We'll just get a sprig of that on top there, like that. I think that looks delicious. Let's have a taste of that.
Now, I know this is going to be very indulgent, but I'm ready to give it a go.
Nice bit of meringue, nice crunch of the nuts, a little bit of cream in there, and you get that vanilla coming through, and the mint as well.
You know,
fantastic.
Adrian, I love the hazelnuts in it. I just love that you've got that crunch. The mint and the vanilla, it's gorgeous. It sort of freshens up the whole thing. Yeah, obviously, it's very sweet, it's very rich, but a little one, for me, would be perfect.